You won the championship with them in your first year. You've recorded 26 wins in IndyCar, 48 top threes, but no Indy 500 title yet. Roger's won a few of those. What does he tell you about winning the Indy 500? And what is it about this race?
Well, you can see that the foundation is built off the Indianapolis 500. If you meet Roger Penske and you learn about the Penske Corporation, the entire group, really that brand and that entire company is built around the Indy 500. Certainly for Roger, his commitment to the sport, his passion for it was all manifested through the Indy 500. That's what he grew up watching. It is, it's certainly the greatest race that we have in the United States, and can be argued that it's the greatest race that we have in the world. It's still the highest attended single day sporting event. There's 350,000+ people there that are on race day. What it means, the heritage, the history. It's over 100 years old. I think this is going to be our 107th running. I mean, it really is an outstanding event. And so for Roger, we always put the Indy 500 first, and you can tell how much it means not only to him but the entire team. And when you kind of set your priorities for the year, that's always going to be first, followed by the championship, and it's those two goals. For us, the last couple of years, it's been difficult. We've not quite had the speed that we've typically had or what's been expected, and so we've been working on actively rectifying that. And I'm quite excited about our opportunity this year in 2023, but. Yeah, there's just a lot that you could dive into just specifically at that race, but it really is a part of the fabric and the DNA of the Penske brand.
You've said with Indy, you've got to show up on that day and be really good. But I'm sure that means really good from every aspect that is in some ways probably incalculable. So how are you going to be really good this year?
Yeah, it's tough. Timing makes it hard at the Indy 500. You have more time to do whatever than any other race. It used to be, it's called the month of May, right? You would show up, it was the month of May. You're pretty much there the entire month. That's what it used to be. And back in the day. And so you'd have, nearly 30 days at Indianapolis, and every single day you could be practicing and trying to refine your race car, make it faster, get it prepared. It's been condensed, but it's still a lot of time. You're practicing essentially for an entire week now, which leads into qualifying weekend, and it's a 2-day qualifying process. Then you have more practice afterwards for a couple more days the following week. Then you get to drive in the Indy 500. It's not a typical schedule that we're used to seeing. We're used to a condensed 3-day process with practice, qualifying, and racing over a 3-day span. So because there's so much time available, yes, you can get a lot right because you can go through so much, but you can also get yourself turned around pretty easily. So I think timing and cadence is really critical at Indy. And that's why when you talk about Indianapolis, it's really only one day that matters. Yes, you have to qualify and you have to make the show. Yes, you have to utilize the practice time. But the only day that matters is race day. That is the only day you got to show up and you got to be perfect on that day. And everything has to go right. You have to have great pit stops all day. You can't misstep on strategy. I've got to do a great job inside the car. And we've got to read the conditions. Indy is all about conditions as far as track temp, wind direction, et cetera. That's constantly moving our setup and what we're looking for to optimize a specific day. And on race day is the day you really got to get it right. And so because there's only one chance every year, this grand, spectacular event, there's so much pressure to it. And, I think that's what makes it so difficult and why, everybody shows up and why it means so much when you get it right.
You still get butterflies?
Oh yeah. Oh, I don't know how you couldn't. If you don't, I think something's got to be wrong or you're lying. There's just no way you couldn't.